Welcome to week 6, CNG 132 online. Let's see, this week we talk about network security devices and I believe topologies. With this week, we do conclude our last lab. 6-2 is our last lab we work on this semester. If there's any questions, so now that we're past the 5th week, FRCC should be sending out mid-semester checkup, although it's not really the mid-semester, but you should get a grade through your student email, or you should get a notification in your student email telling you to go check your grade in D2L. Once you come here to our class and click the grades icon, as soon as I click it, I can see everybody's grade, but as soon as you click it, you should see your specific grade. A key point here would be to make sure that you can go. I wouldn't necessarily make sure. If you do have a 0, you do have the opportunity to go back and change it. Attacking items that are worth weighted more is the most beneficial. So say if you missed a discussion, one discussion is 10 points, but it's also 20% of your grade, the whole discussion section. So if I believe we broke that down, it's a little less than 1% of your total grade for each discussion, where quizzes would be only 5% of your grade, and if we have 15, that's like a 0.3% of your grade, or 0.3% of your grade. So make sure to go back. There's always a possibility to submit the late work. I do keep an eye out for it. When we did week 1, or when we did exam 1, there were questions on Transcender, and I'll go ahead and address those now. So where do I get Transcender? I brought up frcc.frontrange.edu. Let's see, I can try to just search for the bookstore. I want to go see campus scores. Go to campus stores again. And this is for the Transcender Kaplan code finding. We can say textbooks from there. Lamar campus books. So I'm going to leave this on the default. Scroll down here to CNG. And then CNG 120, 601, and 602 will be just fine. I'm not 100% sure that 132 pops in here, and I can't scroll over to see what this is right here. But we can click 120, 602, 01, add selection, get course materials, and then we see the 180-day Transcender practice exams in the 365. Purchasing these, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, should give you access to the new Kaplan account. And if you don't have an issue trying to access Kaplan, do have this news article right here to call support. And I'll actually, if you have an issue, please CC me to it so I can help kind of guide you or help figure out where you are in this Kaplan transition. And remember that completing the rehearsal software at an 85 or better will boost all your exam grades, exam 1 through 4, to 100%. In the previous semester, students have taken, I would say, done the test at least 3 times when it was Transcender, and was able to see where they made mistakes and then correct those mistakes and pass the same test. Once again, I haven't played a lot around with Kaplan. I should start that this week just to get that a little bit better and just to kind of figure it out a little bit more. So once again, go to Front Range online bookstore. When you order this, there should be a comment section also in the back. Make sure you notify them that you're an online student, and they will, instead of mailing these codes to you, which might take a while, they will email the code directly to you, which is a lot quicker. And just kind of say like something in the comments. Attention, I believe the manager over there is Sandra Greenfield. Attention, Sandra. I'm an online student. Can I have the codes emailed to me? And they should get there to you. Let's see. There were a few other things I wanted to discuss. Let's go back and cut this out. Spring break is around, let's see. So we have spring break happening after week 8. The Larimer campus, and then after the Larimer campus takes a week off, Boulder and Westminster do take the next week off, as reflected in week 9 and 10. Each of these 2 weeks, 9 and 10, are 2-week-long periods. So say once we complete this, myself and Larimer campus, once we go on spring break here, Westminster and Boulder campus will keep on working on topics. When we come back, Larimer will then start week 9 and answer to Boulder and Westminster. And then hopefully when everybody's back, we start on week 10. So there's 2 ways to, like you said, you can handle it. Observe spring break and take a week off. Or you can kind of do what I do and make these weeks just a little bit longer, but still kind of keep in touch with the class. I feel like if you take too long of a break, some of the vocabulary gets lost here. And then just to have that 2-week slow time just helps you retain a lot more. It gives you time to go back and do like a previous lab simulation, previous discussion, previous quiz. And those are all accessible through MindTap, except for the discussion parts. You just simply have to go to discussion, scroll down 2-week, whatever week you're missing, and go ahead and put in your other topics. And once again, some points are better than no points, so that's the best way to attack that. Was there anything else for this week? I think that was it. If there are any more Kaplan questions, I did have a few emails from people online and even some questions in face-to-face. That's why I wanted to make sure everybody kind of knew where to find Kaplan. Was at the bookstore. And then make sure you're aware that spring break is coming up. And that's kind of how we're going to approach it in this class. Take a look at it take a look at 2 chapters over almost a 4-week period. So with that, good luck this week. Awesome job last week. It's always a pleasure to read those. The credibility of Norris. Very credible. And if you want to see a different one, this one is Cybermap Kaspersky. And here it shows different attacks. Real time. A lot more colorful, graphical. But take a look. There's maps of these types everywhere. If you don't think one's credible, like London Davis, good job in questioning everything. Definitely take a look at it and look a little bit farther. Evaluate it for yourself. Is this credible? Once we start talking about things on a global scale, it's almost hard to imagine how many attacks can happen at once. But yeah, thank you for that. Excellent discussions. Feel free to check out this map. Once again, cybermap.kaspersky.com. Let's start this week off good and strong, and I'll check in later this week.